Red Wrecker, a local car wreckage business, hosts Butte-Silver Training Center's car fire training. They prepare and put out 4 or 5 cars for us to burn during our training. We not only do the training on the cars themselves, but also practice proper radio communications.
Crew 1, dispatch. Copy, you're on scene. You have fire coming from the hood area.
The urgency you see is less than at a real car fire, as we are under controlled conditions. Notice the hose from the crosslay is completely pulled from the truck. This is necessary as you can't flow water with the hose still in the hose bed. This drill was an engine compartment fire. We use a 3-man crew for this training. One is the nozzle man, and the second is the tool man, who carries a set of irons, which is a Halligan and axe. The third man is the crew boss, who directs the nozzle man and tool man, and also carries wheel chocks to put on the car so it will not roll. Before approaching the car, the hose line is charged and tested for proper operation. While approaching the car, the nozzle man swipes the hose back and forth to wash away any flammable liquids like gas or oil. With fire coming out from under the hood, try putting water into any opening in the engine compartment, as this may knock the fire down. Notice, when the other crew members don't pull the hose, that the nozzle man has a hard time pulling the hose. Work as a team. Since the fire under the hood has been knocked down, the firefighters will check the passenger compartment for victims and to see if the fire has penetrated from the engine compartment. Note the tool man kneels down to open the door. This way, if fire flamed out when the door was opened, the firefighter would be low enough to not have the flames hit him. In this case, the doors were locked. Now that no victims have been found, they go back to the engine compartment. The tool man, after opening the driver's door, will try the hood release. With an engine compartment fire, the cable of the hood release will usually burn in too and no longer work to release the hood. In that case, the toolman will use the Halligan to pry the hood up. After the hood is breached, the Halligan is used to hold the hood up while the nozzle man puts the fire completely out.
Crew on dispatch. Copy. Fire extinguished. You found no victims. Which pocket's my stuff? Crew 2, dispatch.
Yes, sir. Compartment is on fire. Pulling it low.
Copy. You're on scene. Fire. Car is fully engulfed.
Here there is another engine compartment drill. As before, the crew gets the hose and their tools ready to approach the car. All the firefighters are wearing full PPE and SCBAs, self-contained breathing apparatus, as the smoke from car fires is very toxic. This time, the hose was not tested at the fire engine, as the burning car is farther away. It's much easier to pull an empty hose than a 1 3/4 inch hose full of water. One of the crew had to go back to remove a kink from the hose so water could get to the nozzle. While still at a safe distance, the hose is tested before approaching the car. Any opening to the engine compartment should be used to get water on the fire. As you can see, it's not easy to pry open a hood that is still latched, even with forced entry tools. After knocking down the engine compartment fire, the passenger compartment is checked for victims. Again, the tool man is trying the hood release.
That right over the top of them.
On scene, and call fire fully involved on the inside. We'll be extinguishing the flame.
Copy, crew 1, you're on scene. Car fully involved.
This drill is an engine compartment, passenger compartment, and trunk compartment fire. Unfortunately, this passenger compartment fire was so far along that if victims were in the car, they would not have been able to survive the fire or the heavy smoke. Hitting the car from far away could knock down the fire before the firefighters get close to the car. Washing away in front of the firefighters while they advance. A warning here. If a crew member needs to leave the fire, for whatever reason, the whole crew should back away. When the crew member came back, he chalked a wheel so the car would not move. Why do this? The parking brake uses a cable, so that cable, like the hood release cable, could burn through releasing the parking brake. The engine compartment is checked for fire extension from the passenger compartment. Another passenger compartment drill. This one was hit from far, far away. If the water stream will reach the car, doesn't hurt to try. Once you do your initial attack, shut down the nozzle. No need to waste water. Also, don't flow water while you are approaching the car, as your aim of the water stream will not be accurate, and you will be wasting more water. Always be thinking of water conservation, as you don't know how much water you will need and you don't want to run out. It did knock the fire down, so it wasn't as active when the firefighters approached. The crew is going wide around the car. This is due to strut and shock absorption bumpers. When heated, they can explode and throw shrapnel. A passenger compartment fire being hit from far away before approaching. Just before the steam blocks their view, you can see the rear wheel being chocked. The door is locked, so there's another way to put water on the fire inside. Break the window. Many firefighting situations will have poor visibility.
Yeah, we got busted glass.
A water can was used to try and put this passenger compartment fire out or knock it down. A water can has 2.5 gallons of water and is pressurized to 100 psi.
You push that handle down more, press the handle more. You got enough pressure in that thing? Go ahead and get a little close. That's your call.
Doesn't seem to be working correctly. It could either not have the proper air pressure, or because of the temperature, the nozzle or hose might have an ice blockage or restriction.
No, it's probably clogged it up.
A water can extinguisher can be very effective on a room and contents fire. Getting the fire from afar before approaching. It worked again.
Copy, engine 1 on scene. Vehicle fully involved.
Please note in the background the alarm that is going off. This is a pass alarm, or passive alarm system, on a SCBA. If you are wearing an SCBA, it is your responsibility to ensure that the alarm does not activate unless you are in distress. When a pass is activated, most operations on a fire scene will stop, and the presumed firefighter in distress will be attempted to be located and assisted by other firefighters on the scene. This drill is an engine compartment, passenger compartment, and trunk department fire. Test the hose. Hit the car far away. Chock the wheels. Breach the hood. Finish knocking down the fire in the trunk. And then check the passenger compartment.